At first, it looked like just another warehouse closing its doors. No protests, no strikes, no machines replacing people, just silence. But what really happened in California should make everyone stop and think. Because one of the largest Amazon fulfillment centers in the state didn't go dark because business failed. It went dark because a single government decision made it impossible to keep operating. And what followed wasn't just a shutdown. It was a chain reaction that moved faster than policymakers expected, faster than workers could prepare for, and faster than anyone bothered to calculate. This isn't a political story. It's a mechanical one. It's about what happens when rules collide with reality at full speed. I'm Jenny Ronaldo, and this is the kind of investigation most outlets avoid because it asks a dangerous question. Who really pays the price when policy is rushed and consequences are ignored? The story begins in San Bernardino, California, at a massive Amazon fulfillment center that covered more than 1.2 million square feet, processed over 400,000 packages every single day, and employed 4,700 workers across multiple shifts. This facility wasn't just a warehouse. It was a backbone of Southern California's delivery network, serving 11 counties and absorbing overflow from neighboring states. Then, almost overnight, the rules changed. California had been struggling with its power grid for years. Rolling blackouts during summer, electricity prices jumping by more than 300% during heat waves. By early last year, state analysts were facing a projected shortage of 3,700 megawatts during peak demand. That's enough electricity to power nearly 2.8 million homes. So the governor's office, working with the California Energy Commission, issued something called an Emergency Commercial Energy Reduction Directive. The name sounded harmless. The impact was anything but any commercial facility using more than 5 megawatts between 4 p.m. and 9 p.m. now had to cut consumption by 30% within 90 days. Miss the target and fines would start at $50,000 per day and climb to $500,000 per day. There was no appeal process, no hardship exemption, no phased rollout, just comply or pay. Amazon's San Bernardino facility pulled about 11.4 megawatts during peak hours. And there was a reason for that. It ran 3 overlapping shifts. It charged 1,400 electric forklifts on site, and it used massive climate control systems to protect millions of dollars of inventory while desert temperatures regularly hit 110 degrees. To cut power by 30%, Amazon had only 3 real choices: shut down an entire shift, disable charging infrastructure, or rebuild the electrical system from the ground up. Instead of guessing, the company ordered an engineering assessment. 6 weeks later, the answer came back. Compliance without shutting down operations would require 18 months of construction, $87 million in upgrades, and major reductions in throughput that would make the building operationally pointless. So Amazon asked for an extension. They submitted their engineering report, cost analysis, and a phased reduction plan to the state. The response came back short and cold. Denied. No explanation, no counteroffer. Just confirmation that the 90-day clock was still running. At that point, Amazon did what corporations always do. They ran the math. After 2 weeks, fines would hit $500,000 per day. That's $3.5 million per week, $15 million per month, $180 million per year. The facility's annual operating profit was estimated around $220 million. In simple terms, penalties alone would erase more than 80% of profit before payroll, shipping, legal costs, or supply chain chaos. On May 29th, the decision was made. On June 9th, one day before penalties began, the last truck rolled out of San Bernardino. The lights went off. One of the most advanced logistics centers in the world shut down in 11 days, not because of competition, not because of technology, but because the numbers stopped working. But the shutdown didn't end anything. It started everything. That warehouse wasn't just local storage. It was a nerve center. It fed Los Angeles, Riverside, Orange County, and overflow from Nevada and Arizona. When it disappeared, the packages didn't vanish. They rerouted. Orders that once traveled 50 miles now moved 350 miles from Northern California. Next-day delivery turned into 3-day delivery. The cost per package jumped from roughly $4.80 to more than $11 for long-haul redistribution. Small businesses felt it immediately. A furniture seller in Riverside saw fulfillment times rise from 1.5 days to 6 days. Customer complaints tripled. An electronics distributor in Orange County lost $40,000 in 1 month because inventory sat in distant warehouses waiting for truck capacity that didn't exist. Amazon absorbed part of the damage, but thousands of third-party sellers absorbed the rest. They had no vote in the regulation and no backup infrastructure to fall back on. Then came the employment shockwave. When the facility closed, 4,700 workers were displaced. Amazon offered relocation to Arizona, Nevada, and Texas. Fewer than 400 accepted. That left more than 4,300 people suddenly unemployed in a county where the job market was already tight. Most workers earned between $17 and $20 an hour. State analysts projected over $310 million in lost wages over the next year and $18 million in lost local tax revenue. But the real damage didn't stop at Amazon's payroll. Contract drivers, maintenance crews, security companies, cleaning services, food vendors, uniform suppliers. A truck driver lost 60% of his income overnight. A catering company laid off 11 employees. A uniform service shut its San Bernardino branch completely. These jobs weren't on Amazon's books, but they vanished just as fast. And here's the part Sacramento doesn't like talking about. The mandate was meant to reduce energy use. Shutting the facility did remove 11.4 megawatts from California's grid, but logistics didn't stop. They moved. More trucks driving longer distances, diesel generators running overtime at overloaded facilities, refrigerated warehouses in Nevada and Arizona extending hours. An energy economist estimated the rerouted operation increased carbon emissions equivalent to adding 2,400 extra cars to the road full-time. So a policy designed to save energy ended up burning more of it. More fuel, more emissions, more strain, just pushed into other states. After the closure, business groups and labor unions filed a lawsuit against the state. They argued the directive violated California's Administrative Procedure Act by skipping public comment, economic impact analysis, and proper notice periods. A judge reviewed the case and ruled the state implemented the mandate improperly. She found the 90-day compliance window wasn't proven to be the least harmful option and ordered enforcement paused. But she didn't order facilities reopened. The buildings stayed dark, the jobs stayed gone. The ruling fixed procedure, not consequences. When reporters later asked the state to provide data supporting the exact 30% reduction target, none existed. The policy was built on projections, enforced with penalties, and defended with statements.
Because this story isn't finished. It's only getting started. I'm Jenny Ronaldo. Stay sharp, stay informed, and never let anyone tell you this was inevitable, because it wasn't. It was a choice.